The Korean kingdom of Korea was often under attack from all sides. By China, by barbarian civilizations to the north, like the Mongols, and by sea raiders. To survive, they needed a strong military. We have hints from scant records that the Goryeo were innovative warriors, perhaps being the first to use rockets in combat and carriages of some type. Trains of these wagons could be arranged into temporary fortifications in open areas, providing a mobile yet substantial defensive position against mounted enemies. So became the war wagon, a classic chariot with scythed blades and mobile forts from which archers could fire with some protection. In case you haven't noticed, what I just read to you was the unit description of the Korean war wagon from the manual of a game called Age of Empires 2. But the wagons used by Goryeo to ward off invaders weren't actually horse-drawn armored cars as the game would have you believe. Instead, the Geomcha, meaning sword cart, acted as a wheeled phalanx platform, bristling with spears and pushed by hand into the front lines. And in the year 1010 AD, when the Khitan Liao dynasty invaded with 400,000 troops, the Goryeo general Gangjo employed a strategy centered around the Geomcha to give inexperienced conscripts a fighting chance against the ferocious Khitan heavy cavalry. The markings facing the front are designed to strike fear into the enemy's horses, by resembling a vicious predator, causing them to halt the charge and stumble in disarray. And those that didn't would be impaled by the iron spikes that faced them. From behind the wall of sword carts, the Goryeo troops would rain down a hail of missiles, such as rocks or arrows, upon the enemies. In addition, heavy iron flails called shedorike swung down from overhead, smashing through the toughest of armor with great momentum. And long spears would finish the job, inflicting damage from the safety of the Geomcha. The mighty Geomcha were not without weaknesses, however. In order to properly move around, it needed to be on even terrain, and the enemy could obstruct its path using logs and other obstacles. With enough preparation, the enemy could counter the Geomcha with the proper equipment. Even though the Geomcha were far from invincible, they only needed to serve one role: to hold the line against the tide of enemy onslaught until friendly cavalry could get into position and unleash their might with a charge against the enemy's rear. During the Battle of Hwacha in 1019 AD, Goryeo troops under the command of General Geomcha fought for 3 days and 2 nights and emerged victorious against 100,000 elite Khitan troops through sophisticated strategies using the Geomcha as mobile defensive fortresses.